Merry Christmas, guys, from Captain B Cards. You know, as I'm going through my stash of cards and inventory, figuring out what Pokemon cards I have to pull out to give to my kids for Christmas tomorrow, I'm taking a look at some of the newer releases that I've had the chance to go through. And the two that come to mind are the Topps Chrome Marvel Studios cards and the Kakawao Aura DC cards. Now, I opened 5 blasters of the Marvel Studios, and I opened 4 boxes of Kakawao Aura. You be the judge as far as, you know, what companies you want to put your money into. Now, somebody made a comment that I read referring to Topps and their releases as rinse and repeat. I happen to like Topps. I've been collecting Topps since I was a kid. But you be the judge if you think that that's an appropriate way to refer to what they're producing and the price that they're producing it at. So these blasters, these value boxes of Marvel Studios were about $40. And they really haven't been reselling on eBay for anything more than that. Hobby boxes and cases were significantly more expensive. I've seen several people doing breaks on whatnot. And, you know, it doesn't look like they're getting a lot of traffic. But the cards are expensive. They're expensive for breakers too, regardless of what your opinion is of that. And, you know, it doesn't quite look like they're getting the money out of it that they think they should. But you take a look. You tell me. All right, so this is their base cards, right? Got a lot of Eternals. And this is, you know, stock images of actors. You know, it's a nice insert of Ironmonger. Stock images of actors from films, right? Using your typical Chrome tech to produce the cards. Okay? You decide. Now you take a look at the Kakawao cards for Aura. This is a base card, right? Look at everything that's going on in that card. Look at that. And you decide. So my point is, Topps does much better than all the other cards on the resale market. And we have people in the hobby who aren't collectors. They are simply there to try to, you know, buy into a break or rip open a case trying to find one card, excuse me, they can turn around and sell for thousands of dollars. But then you have collectors like me, like you, who are looking for cards of quality, looking for cards to collect that they can be proud to show in their collection. And there are a lot more options out there than just Topps. And if the hobby is going to survive, then, you know, I went through this with the comics industry when I was a kid with speculators, right? They came in, companies flooded the market with all these variant covers and you know, all this stuff that was supposed to turn into, you know, a gold mine for people. And it turned out to be junk, right? Worthless. But the things that are of true quality will always rise to the surface. You know, and if we're talking about quality, we're talking about small bespoke designer art card companies too. We're talking about Saturday morning cards, right? We're talking about Masterpiece cards. They have a brand new Alice in Wonderland release. Actually, so does Saturday morning cards. So that's what my message is to you as we wrap up the year. Be a collector. Don't be an investor. You know, be somebody that's going to develop a curated collection that they can be proud of, and it's going to rise in value if you, like any other, like whiskey, like cars, like fine watches, anything that is carefully chosen because of the way that it's made is going to retain its value. All this other stuff, it's fly by night, and I've seen it happen a million times before, where people pump all their money into it thinking they're going to get rich. You're not going to get rich, and you're going to be left holding the bag because you didn't do your homework and you didn't stay true to what the hobby is supposed to be about. All right? Be about that. Merry Christmas. Captain B Cards tells you, keep collecting.